Pau Hana Travels, whoa. Yeah, Pau Hana Travels, we're getting out on the road. Gary, Stacy, Spirit, and Sophie, we're taking our motorhome around the country. Throughout North America, we're on the road. It's Pau Hana Travels, here we go.
Hey everyone!
Hello, hello!
Welcome to Season 2 of Pau Hana Travels.
This is going to be a new episode we're going to carry through this season. We're calling it Talk Story Time, or Talk Story, or Talk Story Tuesday, or
Talk Story Time.
Talk Story.
Talk Story in Hawaii just means basically an oral record of tradition. So
Passing down experiences, history, lessons, whatever it may be. So we're going to incorporate that into our segments.
So if you have a great topic that you would like us to cover, please write it down in the comments below.
Right. And these are going to be unscripted topics. We're just going to sit down here and go. So
welcome to our bonfire.
Welcome to our bonfire here at the River House.
Our home.
This is our home in northwest Spokane. This is what we call our base station, our
sticks and bricks.
Sticks and bricks, whatever you want to call it. From here, everything happens, I guess.
Yeah. In 2 weeks, officially, I don't know when this is going to make it up into YouTube land, but in 2 weeks, 14 days, we leave for Alaska.
And that will officially kick off our season 2. We'll probably have a couple of teasers to fill in a little bit here for our videos, but anyway, let's get back on track into this talk story time.
Yeah.
So our first topic.
Well, I brought it up on Facebook one day when I was weeding my garden.
That was a beautiful day.
And I said our first topic would be to just introduce you to us and tell you our backstory.
In a bit of some detail, and we're going to leave some stuff out because you don't need to know everything.
Yeah, we don't want to bore you.
Right. Anyway, I'm Gary. Hi guys. Y'all know me pretty well.
And I'm Stacy.
Look at this. Oh man, I'm missing it. Oh.
He cut all his hair.
It's all. Yeah. I don't know about the clean cut thing. Anyway, I basically kind of grew up in the Spokane area since 1980 and lived in a community outside of Spokane, and called 9 Mile, and went to school out here, and shortly after I moved here, about 6 years after I moved here, Stacy moved.
Okay, you moved here in 1st grade. I moved here in 9th grade.
Well, so it wasn't 6 years. Okay, 8 years.
Anyway. Too much detail. I moved in start of 9th grade year, and we became friends.
Yes, Northwood Junior High is where our friendship started, and we were friends all through high school. Started off at that age 13, 14.
We hung out in the same clique.
Same clique, same group. We did quite a bit of stuff together in high school, and then life happens, graduation happens, and you move on, and other things. Other relations and whatever.
Marriages.
Yeah, I've been married before, she's been married before, both got divorced. Life happens.
Yep.
And then
2010, my father passed away and I moved back home to Washington. I was living in Hawaii. And
how long were you living in Hawaii?
I was there for 3 years.
3 years.
On the island of Kauai.
She lived in paradise for 3 years.
I worked for the Navy. I was a contractor with the Navy. Go Navy.
Woohoo.
And basically helped with missile defense systems.
Yeah.
Watch out, North Korea.
Well, hey, that's just.
Hey, I may know some things.
Anyway. I also, in part of my time after high school and before reuniting with Stacy, I was in San Diego for about 10 years and worked in law enforcement on the corrections side of things in the county jail system, and loved it. It was a great job, and basically family brought me back to Spokane.
Yep.
And shortly after I came back to Spokane, we reunited.
Yeah, my father passed away. I had to come home, take care of the details, and then my grandparents asked me to stay home and help take care of them through their end years.
I missed dinner with those guys.
I know.
God, they were such great people.
They were wonderful people.
They were.
My
Yeah.
grandparents basically instilled adventure in my life, as does yours.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, you know, my grandparents, I love them to death. They're currently living in Palm Desert, California.
You may have met them when we were in San Diego.
We visited them a little bit. The whole the Christmas Eve thing up at this
Yeah.
Idlewild.
They're in
We
a
went to
couple
Snow.
of our videos.
And anyway, these guys, they both worked for Boeing. They retired from Boeing. They had a big Carver, big cruiser boat out on the Puget Sound.
And my grandparents as well had a big boat on the Puget Sound.
And they had a motorhome too. My grandparents were full-timing between a boat and a motorhome
For 13 years?
for 13 years, 20 years ago,
Yeah, so,
before this even became a thing.
right?
You know, it's like, wow. So I've got those footsteps to follow in. She's got her grandparents and dad's footsteps to
it all
follow
started
in.
with my mom. She, I'll insert the picture here.
Oh, yeah.
She started in a Tioga called the Orange Blossom when she was 38 years old.
That was pretty big.
Yeah. She snowbirded for her first winter at 38 with her then fiance, Ron. And shortly after that trip, then my parents split when I was 9. My dad asked to borrow my mom's motorhome for a weekend, so
That was kind of risky of him, wasn't it?
well, they were friends. So my dad and my stepmom took it out and they caught the bug, and within 5 years my dad was driving a Prevost.
Yeah, a Prevost Marathon. I mean, come on now. You can't get much better than that. Plum Crazy was sure a beautiful
Sophie,
rig.
Come here.
I just wish I could have seen it. I've seen it through pictures, but I haven't seen it in real life.
Yeah, she's pretty. I'll put a picture here too.
Yeah.
But so we both have, oh, there you are. You were probably there the whole
Sophie.
time.
Yeah, she's not too far away.
So we both have had the RV bug in us.
Well, it's not just RV. It's just traveling and adventure. I'm not going to limit this channel to RVing because
Yeah.
we do a lot more than that. You know, we'll come back to that.
So 2011, we started dating. We got past that friend stage, started dating.
That was kind of a tough step to make.
It was,
but
I'm glad it happened.
Oh man, it's so nice it happened.
And then in 2012, he went and put a ring on it.
Well, I had to. I mean, God, I didn't want to lose this one.
So we went back to my island of Kauai.
Yes.
And we got married on 12/12/12.
I have no excuses at all for missing that anniversary.
No.
12/12/12 is our wedding
All
anniversary.
he's got to do is remember the number 12.
Yep.
And he's set.
That was a beautiful wedding in Hawaii.
It was.
On the beach.
Very
with
special.
The waves crashing behind us. Oh, it was amazing.
It was a hard year for me though, because 2 years prior I had just lost my father. That summer I had lost my grandfather.
Yeah.
My grandmother couldn't be with us just due to her age, but we had a very small wedding, 13 people all in attendance, including ourselves. It was perfect.
It was beautiful.
So as you can,
so lucky.
as you can tell, Hawaii is always a little piece of us, and Pau Hana Travels. Pau Hana is a term in Hawaii meaning done with work. And with done with work, we are fortunate enough with everything that we are retired at age, well, mid-40s.
We're 44 now and retired and have been I've been retired for 3 years now, and you?
4. I let you retire.
And she's right, she did let me retire.
I retired when my dad passed away because my grandparents, it was 2010, the recession was really bad, jobs, and honestly my dad made it so I didn't have to work if I didn't want to.
Right.
So I quit working for the Navy and never went back to traditional work. Gary continued working until 13 with the airlines.
And that enabled us to do a little bit of traveling as well. We made one trip over to Ireland and quite a few trips throughout the United States and Hawaii and such.
We even went to lunch one day in St. Louis.
Just because we could. Went and saw the Arch and had a barbecue in St. Louis. What better than that?
Yes. But adventure's always been our fun, our hobby. 2013, we bought our very first trailer, the little Cougar. It was a 27-foot pull behind.
That was a fun little trailer, and I think that really, I think we both knew that we wanted to travel, but having that little Cougar, it sunk its teeth. The travel teeth were sunk into us.
We got the
at that
bug.
point. We got the bug.
Yeah, but that trailer didn't last long, only about 6 months.
Yeah.
We took it up skiing and we realized that it was just a little too small for our liking.
And that was that trailer was our first trip to the Oregon coast.
Yes.
And that's really, that's what sold us on the Oregon coast and how beautiful it is. And I think we've been back 7 times in 4 years now.
Something like that.
So, yeah.
But
love that Cougar.
we went skiing and we realized it was a little tight if we had any company whatsoever. So we traded in the Cougar and got
a Keystone Carbon toy hauler. It was a 38-foot toy hauler, which was pretty cool. We had a 4-wheel on the property here. We've got kayaks and bikes and all that. So we thought, shoot, we'll never go anywhere. We'll take everything with us.
And we ended up taking that Carbon all the way across the country.
Florida.
We went to Florida back in 6 weeks. We put 10,000 miles on, 32 setups and teardowns, 25 states.
That was a rookie move there.
It was way too fast.
Beautiful. Love the trip. We've learned a lot from that trip, and we've grown a lot from that trip.
Yes, we have.
Loved that rig, and then let's see,
we had it for 2 years.
Yeah, we did.
We lived in it full time in our driveway while we tore down my childhood home and built our dream house.
Yeah, we lived in that for about 8 months, didn't we?
8 months straight.
Yeah.
Started in February, in the cold of winter, and through the heat of summer, and we moved into our house in October.
Yep. So, and with living in the Carbon for 8 months, we realized it isn't a full-time type rig. It's a toy hauler. It's a go out for a week and have a good time.
We were missing the residential feel of
Yes.
having a dining table, having a separate spaces.
A real nice living room and a kitchen and this and that.
So we quickly decided to upgrade again.
And we went out on a search for a toy hauler. Or no, I'm sorry, not a toy hauler. Another fifth wheel, because we had a beautiful tow vehicle. We had a beautiful truck to tow.
F350
dually. F350 dually, so it can tow almost anything.
So that took us to our 43-foot Forest River front living Cardinal.
Another, just a beautiful rig.
We had our Cardinal for about 3 months, but we realized day one, after we took it, actually it wasn't day one, but our first trip coming back home, we ran it over the scales and we were overweight.
Yeah, the published weight on the rig was whatever it was, and there wasn't much carrying capacity, and
there was 1,200 pounds of wiggle room with water.
The axles were 7,000 pound axles. They should have been 8,000 pound. I mean, too many technical difficulties right there. Anyway,
the dealer worked with us. We tried to upgrade the axles. It didn't work with the manufacturer. So our dealer has been fabulous. I know we've mentioned them before, R&R RV here in Spokane. We specifically work with the North Store, but they took care of us.
Specifically, we work with Levi.
Levi, go see Levi. But
what's that?
A pretty RV just went by. Anyway, they knew we wanted. We were in the market for a Tiffin Phaeton 36 GH. However, our dealer was not a Phaeton dealer.
Or Tiffin dealer.
Tiffin dealer. So they got us in the next best thing, which is our Disco. Exact same layout. It's just the Fleetwood brand.
Yeah. If you put the Tiffin Phaeton 36 GH and the Fleetwood Discovery 37R side by side, they're identical. The layouts are identical. There's a few little differences in the bells and whistles and such, but the floor plan and layout, the overall rig is identical.
And a wonderful price.
And quite a bit less for the Discovery than the Tiffin. Not by any means is there less quality there. It's just less price. I don't know.
So we went with it, and you know us by now and know our Disco. We love her.
Yeah, we've got the Fleetwood Disco now and love it. We've got it set up so nice. We've We put in a new Lazy Boy couch. We've got solar on it. We've got an expanded battery pack. We've got a pigtail tow bar so we can tow the truck and the bikes at the same time. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
7 months under our belts in Southwest U.S. And we leave now in 2 weeks to go north to Alaska.
And that's where our chapter 2 or season 2 really will start.
Yes, so are you guys ready? I know I'm ready.
And I really think our Discovery, the Disco and the truck and the four-wheeler and everything else are ready as well.
Yeah.
We just have a commitment here for 2 more weeks.
Mother's Day.
Yeah,
Darn mothers.
We promised moms that we'd be here for Mother's Day, which I guess is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Because I kind of miss them.
It lets the roads get just that much better and more campgrounds and services to open.
Right. So our departure date is May 15th, the day after Mother's Day. And I believe we are well on target for that.
Yeah.
I think all we have to do basically is load food and clothes.
We could go tomorrow if we wanted.
We really could. We really could. We're ready to go.
But we still have doggy appointments with the vet.
Yep. We've got to take care of the guns and get all that stuff done. I'm not going to be afraid to say it. Not going to hide behind any shadows. We're going to travel with 2 handguns and we're going to travel with 2 shotguns. The handguns we're going to ship up to Alaska via like UPS FedEx. And the shotguns, the long guns, are going to be in our motorhome with us at all times.
Those will be other videos that we're going to go in detail on how we transport and ship. It seems to be a very hot topic on all of our forums that we belong to, that it's just, there's not a lot of info out there. So we're going to tackle that for you, our viewers.
And I don't know if it's because people are afraid to say it, afraid to say that they own guns and have guns with them, or people just don't do it. I don't know, but I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to have a gun in possession.
I feel safer.
Yeah, I feel safer. There's some big critters up there. So anyway,
that's a whole nother topic. But please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already to follow our journey north.
You can also find us on Facebook and hit that like button on Facebook.
Yeah, and Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
All those social media outlets.
Yep. So we get around out there on social media.
We also have a website, PauHanaTravels.com.
There you go.
So
hit it all up.
So we hope that you enjoyed our first story
and please,
time.
if you have any questions, leave the questions in the comments down below.
Or any topics
you'd like to hear about.
We hope to do this segment at least once a week. It's all going to be really dependent. Please be patient with us up in Alaska. We only have so much data, and honestly, there's only so many places we'll actually have service.
Right. And I'm going to make a proclamation, or whatever the heck you want to call it right now. I will be more involved on the boards too. In the past, the season 1, it's been Stacy replying to all the comments and this and that, and I barely read anything. But I'm going to get into it more this year because I know what'll help her out, and I just need to get in there and get to know you guys better too. There's a couple of names I already recognize that have come through on some of the comments on the YouTube channel, and I would like to get to know you guys better too. So please leave your comments. We'll both try to respond.
We have more day-to-day interaction on Facebook, as well as we move up the Alcan. I will try to post on our website exactly where we are, just to give you an idea that you may not hear from us every day on YouTube, but there's other ways that you'll probably figure out where we're at and where we're going.
Right.
So we hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, please give us a thumbs up down below. Leave us a comment. Give us some ideas for future talk story time. And subscribe if you haven't done so already.
And if you happen to find that we're in an area where you are, let us know. We'd love to meet up with you too.
That's one thing, being on the road. We love meeting other folks. There's a couple of people that have reached out to us in the past, and we went out and had dinner with them or drinks. And if you're in British Columbia, Alberta, Yukon, Alaska, we would love to meet up.
Absolutely. And you know what? This is what you get. Can't get any more real than this. Here we are.
2 40-somethings with 2 dogs that just love to travel.
Yep. So till next time, guys.
Pau Hana. Ooh. Hear that?
That's osprey.
Don't let them get you. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! As always, if you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up down below, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We thank you for watching.
And until next time,
Pau Hana!